Hey, because oh my god! I was like, so he was going, oh my god, I'm going, oh my god. It was like, that is probably the best fan experience I've ever had.
So cool.
Anybody had anything asked them to sign something? Like that freaked me out. Like
Yeah.
as
I
an
have a story.
ASIN,
But when they do, I'm not signing it.
you know, will you sign this Jawa plushie? And I was like, whoa. You know, are you okay?
I can't get money for that, you know.
You know, yeah, you're not gonna sell that on eBay now. Nobody knows who I am. It's okay.
You'd be amazed.
The one
People sold have eaten burritos.
the
The
college
ghost.
convention I went to had somebody had me sign a Doc Martin. I was terrified. I was like, this will be around until the end of time. And a girl brought around her bra and had everybody in the artist alley, and it was a big ass bra. And then she wore it. At MegaCon, I had 2 separate women, very cute women, come up, and I'm like, you're attractive, why do you read my comic? And one woman came up, she was thin, she was gorgeous, she had long blonde hair, she had me sign her boob. Oh, her boob.
Why did I want that?
You take, 4 years and update it every day and don't have a life and give up.
I get pimple-faced nerds that have Jawa plushies. You get boobs.
The story isn't over.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
She had her boob. She comes back the next day and said, I went to work and everybody loved the signature and they asked me about it and I found out later she was a stripper. I'm done. I'm done.
I thought it was gonna end that she tattooed it there.
I had a couple of people say, and I said, you cannot have this tattooed because it looks like crap. If you're going to have it tattooed. And I designed 2 different tattoos. It was a little creepy.
It's weird.
So,
They have a site for webcomic tattoos.
Heard about it.
Done by that dude that does dinosaur comics, I think.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just takes pictures from the
Send tattoo.
people submit their pictures of like one had a Wiggu, I think, and one had creatures in my head, creature tattooed on like their face or something. Something. Oh, on their neck or something crazy. I forgot.
Tattooed on the back of their head. They'll never need a job.
Don't show up to court.
Yeah. Wear some makeup.
You have a question?
Yes. I'm wondering, because I come with the web stuff with Kitty Hawk, so I'm aware of some of this issue, but stalkers, problems?
Maybe AOL messages, maybe? Or email?
Well, like you said earlier, I've been the stalker, but
I don't get stalked for webcomics. I get stalked for cosplay.
I get stalked for being the game store girl. But I did
we got some.
But I did have one guy at one convention, like, I'm not going to mention any names, but he followed me around for a good 5 hours, and I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. I'll be right here.
Out the window.
Yeah. And then I would like try to sneak around, and he would follow me until finally I said, I am going to dinner! I am going with my fiance! Only with him!
It's amazing the way you can work in boyfriend into
Yeah. It didn't work the first time I used it.
Ooh.
But finally saying going to dinner worked, but that's the only experience I've ever had with that.
How did I know the cosplay?
I wish girls would
I cosplayed Tifa from Final Fantasy VII at AWA last year, so AWA 10. Yeah, I had one, AWA 9 too, I got stalked. One creepy stalker guy. He wasn't ugly, in fact he was kind of cute, but he followed me everywhere with a folder of fan fiction about Final Fantasy VII.
Wait, what kind of fan fiction?
They wanted a script.
He goes, can I get a picture with you? I was like, sure. So I got a picture with him. He's like, punch me. I was like, what? So
I had a girl ask me to kiss her before when I was in Jericho, and she was holding horror or something. I'm like, okay.
What?
I think that beats any story.
That's
Oh,
too
I got
much.
kidnapped from the dance hall at AWA 9. I had cosplayed as Tomoyo from Cardcaptor Sakura. And I was just wearing my normal clothes because I changed. And he was like, hey, can I dance with you? I was like, sure. So I danced with this guy. He's like, hey, come with me to the other dance hall. Grabs my hand, starts dragging me out. All of my friends, I had 12 of them with me, grab on in this giant ladder of humans walking out of a dance hall. So there's a string of people walking out to the other dance hall, which was not open anymore. And he turns to me and says, hey, you want to go drinking? I'm underage. I look at him like, I don't drink. He's so like, oh, I don't drink either. We can go watch the drunk people. I was like, no.
Wow. Yeah, that's.
It's like a Dane Cook joke. I'll be watching you all.
I'll be over here watching, you know.
I was about to chalk that up to just being a female cosplayer, but that's extreme.
My cosplay is a Spider-Man villain. I'm not wearing the stuff, but I can sort of do an impression. I can a Spider-Man villain. I can do. Just let me warm up. Spider-Man.
Done.
Enter me in the contest.
Yeah. Any more questions? Every hour of every day.
About 4 hours between 4 months.
I'm quitting
Shut up,
college.
Webmaster.
Wow.
You do not count.
If you read my comic, you'll notice that I haven't done it for a while, but that's because I had a wedding or something like that to plan and do. So, I mean, it really does take a lot of your time. Like I'll be like sitting on the couch and people are like, hey, let's go do something fun. Come on. I'm like, no. But often I'm bad and I go off and do fun things. But actually, the comic takes me probably about 12 hours to do. Because I have to do 5 over the course of the 5 pages.
Like a week or a day or
Like I'll sit and like do like 3 hours each, like for 4 days work on it because I have to color it and everything, and I have to put out 5 pages at a time.
yeah, every once in a while I go, crap, it's done crap.
There was
And
one
people
comic.
like those.
There was one comic that only took me 3 hours to do, and there's like
Only 3 hours.
Yeah, you can see it because I took the brush tool and I just did like little sketches and just threw it up there. I was like, there's a comic. Yeah. And everyone was like, that was so cool. I'm like, beautiful. Okay.
That's the other great thing about fans, they believe anything.
I meant it. Yeah, you work enough for it in advance.
What is that word?
Yeah.
We tried that one.
Yeah, humor. I find that at least I'm doing a humor comic, and I find that it's on the spur of the moment. You just gotta do it, write it, do it, boom, it's done. You know. This is our advice: be a writer, not an artist. Writer takes 30 minutes. Art takes 12 hours. I win.
The hardest thing is thinking of stuff up. I mean, that's what
Yeah. Well, I should just get drunk.
No wonder we're not doing that well.
No, the art takes the most time for me. I mean, I've got the story all
And then you have to do promo work too, like websites.
Yeah, I have to work on my website stuff, and I have to go to my job. And, you know,
Somebody emailed me and was like, I recently had a thing with a big bunny, which is actually his bunny. It's huge and it freaks me the hell out. But they were like, oh, you should do an Alice in Wonderland skit, and it would be great, and there's a whole story, and you can chop off the lady's head, and it would be great. And I was like, that sounds really awesome. No way in hell I'm gonna pull that off. And people were like, oh, you should do more of the Gibas on Parade, and I was like, yeah, I'd love to. No life. It's a daily strip. What more do you want?
Does anybody know the Dr. Pepper show?
Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
I got it.
She's getting ready to do an Alice in Wonderland.
That's pretty cool. Yeah.
You.
I figure a lot of you scan in, like those of you who do hand-drawn stuff, you scan in your work and put it in there. How do you get your file size down enough to post it? Because I know
Scan it, scan it.
Save in JPEG.
No,
You can also save for web, which is
Yeah.
You color it when it's huge, and then when you resize it to smaller comics,
Yeah.
it's really good.
Yeah.
work big, but I mean, like,
Yeah,
how do you
work
get
big
the
so
actual
small.
file size? Like, because when I scan things, they're always like 20 megs and
You
stuff.
just
like
have
that.
to keep like shrinking it down.
Are you in Photoshop?
Photoshop, yeah.
Go to images Sorry,
size.
image size,
72
pixels.
DPI.
Yeah, 72 DPI.
You always do.
72 DPI and then 600, the standard screen size is 600 DPI wide and 450 DPI tall. That's the standard. What I found out, I shot myself in the foot. I turned to a coworker who letters for a lot of actual comic books, and she does it all online. So I said, okay, or she does it on the computer, and I said, okay, what do you save in? And now that I'm trying to print, all my stuff is pixelated. The first book that I did was 100 pages, 3 cartoons per page. I don't even want to do the 300 cartoons, that kind of thing. And it was pixelated, and they said, oh, what you have to do is you have to rescan everything. Yeah, that's 3 years worth of stuff.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
And when you work directly in digital and save it as 600.
And I said, you know, what do you save it at? I've been saving it in JPEG. Yeah, he giggles. Right when I hit 1,000 cartoons that I have drawn and saved at 600 JPEG, I find out JPEG sucks. I found out you have to save it at TIFF.
Yeah.
Save it at TIFF, archive it at TIFF. Then what you're putting up on the internet is JPEG, 72 dpi, 600 wide. Archive it.
Yeah.
It's TIFF.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I save it actually in the native Photoshop format because I use layers. And in case I ever want to go back and like change a layer or move something around, I have it there. They're huge, but I have all my backups because I don't want to lose it. And also, I learned my lesson with my previous comic, The Jar, I didn't save any of the originals, so they were all pixelated. So right after that, I just decided, no, I'm going to keep the original beautiful archives. So in case I have to go back, I can.
I had to do that when I went
save
to
a lot.
print. I had to go back and re-letter everything.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the worst part, having to reload it.
Because you can
Clean it, and with some of my stuff, I had to do cleanup because there weren't any actual physical copies of this stuff. It was all digital. So if I ever want to print them, I'm going to have to go in by hand and like fix everything.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, 'cause
archive.
That's been true. We did all of mine, so I can print them. Because when I first started, you know, I was not knowing what I was doing. The only thing I did right was scan them and saved them as TIFFs to begin with at 600 DPI. But then too many times I didn't keep the original, and then I would only keep. I had it at 300 DPI, but it was the web size at 600. So it was like, you know, I need that 6 inches by 9 inches now to print it instead of 2 inches by 3 inches. But and then I just did the save as web and or save for web in Photoshop to get it down to the size in the format. So I still saved my final at 300 for most of them.
And if you're printing bitmap, it's easier. Any burning questions?
The ultimate question.
The ultimate
Penalty.
42.
How are we all going to get rich?
Movies.
Well, I plan on.
sex violence.
Yeah.
I plan on winning the lottery.
I think I'm going to do the website business and make my money off of that.
Yeah, that's what I do.
I mean,
Ooh,
I'd
I'm
love to
finding
make
wonders
this.
of eBay.
What?
eBay.
eBay.
Yeah.
Hey, the Homestar Runner people put a half-eaten burrito on eBay and managed to make a good bit of money.
Yeah.
How much?
That's Homestar
I
Runner.
think actually I got $40 for it.
Now, how did they nail that? Because you know they always say, is it liquid, perishable?
I think they put it in a baggie and didn't tell them what it was. I don't know. I don't know the story, but that's how I do it. I put it in a baggie and say, "It's a stuffed animal."
Mystery
No.
item.
It's a
Mr.
Taco Bell.
Burrito.
Taco Bell plushie.
Yeah.
How much?
I heard someone took a picture of a big widescreen TV, and they on eBay they said they had four of them, and people thought they were actually real TVs.
I love those scans. Those are so great. I mean, and anyone who gets taken by those, I'm just like,
Gigi no re.
You take it by the scam, get it a comic.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know. eBay, I tend to notice that like people who put their artwork, like webcomics artists who put their artwork on eBay, tend to get a good bit for them because it's the whole I gotta have it. I'm willing to go up to $50. Whatever. You know?
It depends on how good the art is, how famous the webcomic is, and.
But I've even seen like really like obscure comics even like make $30 on a drawing.
Yeah.
Because it's there and it's like the urgency. I have to win this.
What if it's the next Mega Tokyo and then they go, oh, we're never going to put art up again, and now you've got this piece of art.
Yeah, that's also fun.
Yeah.
I've been selling my original paintings that I do Sunday painting. I don't know who he is, but I have one fan that is buying all of my gypsy paintings for like
Back to the
So they're
stalker.
doing
Back to the
stalker.
stalker.
Yeah.
That's your stalker.
Maybe
he just paid for my car repair.
I'm sure he's probably
But
thinking they're like a stock
It's like a
investment.
boyfriend with a
Like
stalker.
if you, they're like an investment into if you make it big.
Like if
And
you had
he
a
makes
Jack
it big
Kirby
too,
picture
can
before
sell
he
you.
got big,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then you have this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ursula Verne's got
Well,
that.
Akewood, he sells paintings and has them. I think they make quite a bit.
The Weegaa guy.
Yeah, Jeffrey.
He sold a painting. And,
Akewood's been linked by like Dave Barry, Weezer and stuff. So they're big. You might have heard of them. So paintings might be the next thing. Make one up.
eBay. Go to eBay.
eBay.
Go to eBay.
And PayPal beg jars, like begging for donations.
Yeah, PayPal donations. I think
now,
eBay
now
helps.
PayPal
Those are on
is
momocon.com
evil. I looked
too.
at that, and I'm going through a name
PayPal
change right
donations.
now.
Well, what's
It's
strange
requiring
about-
me to go through 7 steps to finally change my name. But I'm doing it all as they tell me because I don't want to get frozen because PayPal's known for its accounts. Like, it's gone.
Except when they email you and say,
Yeah, they
we're
work.
going to shut down your account, please give us your information and your passcode.
Yeah, I love those. We're from PayPal. We don't know English.
Their address is from Gmail.
And that's the other great thing about PayPal too, from other countries.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's great too. And PayPal pays for my gaming bill.
P.O. boxes.
Well, I don't have a
Get PO
PayPal.
box.
Instead, I have. I should just go to PayPal, but I would never donate money online, so I just don't think a reader would. But I have an affiliate program with Amazon and them because you can just sign up and just say if you're going to buy something from Amazon or Overstock or whatever, just buy it through this link. I mean, you're going to do it anyway, and you can support.
Yeah,
the
you can
comic.
put your Amazon wish list or, yeah, but I found that I'm not getting my money from PayPal, I mean from Google, because apparently they require you to make a certain amount before they give you.
Yeah, you make like $100 before they send it to you.
Yeah.
You have to make $100 in a month.
Yeah.
Same as Cafe Press.
Cafe, okay, I have a great story about Cafe Press.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So I had a Cafe Press site, and I really liked it, even though the shirts were, you know, it was. I one day went to it because some fan said, your Cafe Press site's not there. I'm like, oh my God, what happened? So I go there, and then I get an email. It says that I'm committing copyright infringement against myself. So I basically said, okay, I won't be working with PayPal. I mean, with Cafe Press
Someone
anymore.
wants to copyright yourself, you know.
Yeah, I for a while I contemplated. I wondered, should I drive to California and like prove to them who I am? Look at me drawing this. See, it's me. But no, I have a guy in where I live who actually prints T-shirts pretty cheap.
Send them to your home, I guess.
The one thing Cafe Press can do is always really well. I know we just talked about how bad they are with posters. I've had posters
Yeah,
from
they do
Cafe
do some
Press, and the
posters.
posters look really
Their
good.
T-shirts though.
Yeah, the T-shirts are
complete
faded
crap.
and
Their
junky.
coffee mugs are good.
Coffee mugs are
Yeah, the
Really
Steens.
expensive.
It seems to be anything like cloth they
Okay,
can.
they want to throw us out.
Yeah.
Wait, I had a question.
Right.
The people we get our t-shirts done through are really cheap. But you have to get it like 100 to get the
Yeah,
really good
that's
rate.
actually what I have to.
Yeah.
Feel like if I
Read
do a
our
run,
webcomics.
I'm like
Just saying.
100.
Panel's over.
Okay.
We have to go.
Reader comics are all crying.
Is the video okay?